This graph tracks a systemic failure in the digital age. Despite having universal access to world-class information, the completion rate for online learners has stalled at 95% for years. This breakdown begins with 16 years of traditional schooling. We are trained to rely on an external frame, where teachers define the pace, the content, and the validation. When that structure disappears, most individuals find themselves unequipped to navigate the flood of digital information. The biology of learning creates a second trap. Watching a tutorial releases a burst of dopamine that simulates a feeling of mastery, even though your synaptic network hasn't actually changed. Without active engagement, the information remains shallow and temporary. Beating these traps requires a shift from vague intentions to a specific finish line called material proof. Instead of a blurry goal like learn Python, you must define a sharp binary outcome. Deploy a web scraping script that extracts data into Excel. Defining this output first ensures that information is converted into a tangible asset rather than drifting away as pure theory. This structural shift is the reason successful learners rely on engineering, not willpower, to reach the end of a course. The first major hurdle is analysis paralysis. The brain often uses the search for the perfect resource as a sophisticated screen to delay the actual effort of learning. To bypass this, you must apply a 60-minute limit to your search. Use forums and community reviews to identify one primary resource and one backup. Once the hour is up, your selection is final, and all further decision friction is eliminated. You also need to split your operational identity. You act as the dean to architect a fixed schedule with daily missions, and then as the student who executes that plan without questioning it. Pause this video right now, identify your topic, and write down exactly what material proof you will build to prove you've mastered it. Do not continue until that goal is physical and binarized. Deciding what to study at the moment you sit down to work consumes your finite willpower. A professional architecture replaces your daily mood with an automated routine. Once you begin, you must fight the illusion of competence. Passively rereading your notes creates a false sense of knowledge that disappears the moment you have to apply it. Richard Feynman used a specific technique to expose this illusion. He would explain a concept on a blank sheet of paper using the simplest language, as if speaking to a child. If the explanation became confusing or relied on jargon, he knew exactly where his understanding was fractured. You can systematize this through a 3-level protocol. Level 1 is an immediate brain dump after every session, listing every key concept from memory. Level 2 involves using AI to generate conceptual quizzes that force you to extract information under pressure. Level 3 is the error log. By documenting every mistake and making it your first reading for the next session, you close the loop on your previous failures and ensure the memory is anchored. Around day 18, your initial motivation will naturally drop. To survive this cliff, track your progress on a visual calendar. The desire to avoid breaking a long streak of successes provides the friction needed to stay consistent when your mood shifts. It takes roughly 66 days to move from conscious effort to an automatic habit. Once you cross this threshold, learning ceases to be a drain on your mental energy and becomes your new baseline. The ICAP model of learning demonstrates that watching videos and taking notes are only preliminary steps. The peak of mastery is the constructive level. Building a project from scratch, whether it's an application, a case study, or a physical prototype, is the only way to navigate real-world uncertainty. This act of creation solves unpredicted problems that theory alone cannot address. The engine consists of 5 pillars: material proof, the 60-minute filter, separating identities, active recall, and the constructive project. Mastering this framework is a strategy for maintaining your intellectual sovereignty. By becoming an autonomous learner, you stop waiting for doors to be opened for you and start building the tools required to navigate your own professional future.